Boo. Evening. Afternoon. Good morning. Oh, Fizz has just said she's got an ad. I thought you were on premium, Fizz. Hey, everyone. It's another one of our little chat shows that we said we would do because it worked so well four weeks ago. Yeah, so it's 2 weeks chat, then another 2 weeks the Woolpatch show, then 2 weeks chat, and then show. That's the way it will go. How are you all? Fizz just said there's like 17 people in the chat, which is wonderful. Let's have a quick look at who's around before we do all the exciting stuff. Good evening, Karen. Oh, let's just make that. I know we wanted it big so we can see, but that was like really big, wasn't it? the fire. We had one on yesterday as well, Karen. The fire is lit, and I have my brew. Perfect Sunday evening. It's cold. It's like 5 or 6 degrees, and I went out with a coat, and I was just talking to Fizz, and she said that's like. What was the lowest you said was cold for you, Fizz? You said, say again. 75 Fahrenheit, which is what, 20 degrees or 19. She said that's cold. I said that's positively warm. If we had that, I'd be loving that. Hey Mary, good to have you watching. Hey Stuart and Fizz and everyone. Oh, I bet you we've got some wonders to come. And I'm going to tell you right now, the hook. West Yorkshire Spinners were there with an amazing stand. Not one new yarn, not 2 new yarns, 3 brand new yarns for autumn and winter from the West Yorkshire Spinners. And I'm going to show you them all. Absolutely. Can you remember last time I just showed you the Christmas yarn and a sneak tease of it, like on the picture here? Can you remember that, Fizz? We were like, we don't want to give it fully away, but we do want to give a tease. I'm just going to show you. But what will happen is I will re-edit this down. This won't go up as a live, so you will be able to watch it again but if you're watching on catch up, you're not going to see because I will have edited it out, because we do want some sort of build up to and a treat to those viewers who have tuned in, so you get to see it, but anyone else will have to then wait till launch day, so you get the full sneak peek watching. And if you're watching on catch up, sorry, you should have tuned in during the live. Oh dear. Hi Sue, good to see you, Sue. No, it's not. It's colder for Fizz. Yeah, 6 degrees. There we go. But the sun was out. Sue and James and quite a few other people were at our local yarn festival, the East Anglian Yarn Festival. How was it? Was it busy? Did you have any festivals near you, Fizz? You know, like where all the indie dyers go, and you go up and down the aisles and you see sort of indie dyed stuff and shop stuff. Do you have any near you, Fizz? Yeah. Because you hear everyone talk about, what's the New York one that everyone talks about? I've forgotten the name of that already. Rhinebeck, yes. Do you have something equivalent on your side of the country? Stitches. Right. Does it not go anymore? Doesn't do it anymore, apparently. Who else have we got here? Hey, Jimbo. Got a cuppa as well as a pot. Oh, I'm liking that. Do you do a slurp of tea and then later on a slurp of port? Hey, Jenny. So many gorgeous yarns. I had to be very good not to spend... Oh, did you get to meet up as well? I saw some pictures on Instagram who was there, and I think I might like to try and get some of his yarn. Is it James? James Makes Things? Is it? I can't remember. Let me know in the chat. But it's always bright with him, isn't it? Neon and fluorescent. Good evening, Jan. Hi, everyone. Oh, Bradford Robin. Bradford. And we caught you. Nice to have you joining us. Hey, and Natasha. Lots of people. Great. Oh, here he is. Kiwi James. Heidi, hi. I like that. I used to love that programme. Absolutely. Hey, puppers. How are you? And Dinky Crafts. Wonderful to see so many here. I'm scrolling through. I'm trying to get everyone. Good evening, Margaret. And Lois. Woohoo! Good to see you, Lois. Even though I saw you during the week, because that's something else to talk to you about later on. The new window idea. We have scrapped what we talked about and a brand new one that I know you're going to love even more. So we'll talk about that later. Well, there we go. Right, so shall we start with it? Okay, so every year in March, normally the end of March, for some reason this year they brought it right forward. Not that it matters. Well, I think it did, because some stalls were slightly underprepared and their yarn wasn't finished. And West Yorkshire Spinners was one of them. They were worried it was stuck in customs. So they had to send someone with it in a suitcase or something, they were saying. But every year in Europe, in Cologne, it's called H&H. They're the company behind it. And it is Europe's biggest handicraft trade show. They call it handicraft because it does cover knitting, yarn, fabric, and then other crafts. So you've got knitting and crochet, obviously, and then you've got your patchwork, your dressmaking, and then you've got everything else. So all sorts of cross stitch, embroidery, any type of handicraft you can think of. And I was seeing a lot more of that and stalls. And the idea behind it is it's pretty much Europe. All the yarn shops will go on a Friday and Saturday and be wined and dined. So most of these stalls are very big, because you can imagine the big companies will have all their yarn there for autumn and winter, and they'll have a section of yarn and display, and then over this side they'll have section of tables, seats, fridges, food, cookers and everything. Because you go there, imagine I was a European yarn shop owner with a large yarn shop. They're expecting me to place lots of orders and to look through, autumn and winter, this is this new yarn, and then look at this new yarn, and then they get all the samples out. And whilst you're doing that, they give you whatever you want. So one stall I had Prosecco, and another stall I had a big German sausage. Because it depends on where they're from and what their cuisine is too. And because they want you there. It is a date almost. And you see, because we don't go on Friday because we're still traveling, but most will be there Friday and Saturday, and they'll be sat with their favourite yarn company or whoever they want for some time, placing their orders whilst eating, chatting, and everything. So it's a real experience. That's the main idea behind it. And there, of course, it's a chance for yarn shop owners and fabric shop owners to go round and look at new companies and sit with them and talk with the reps and so forth. You can imagine there's a lot of yarn companies there. There's a lot of fabric companies there. Everyone. So when I went my first year, when I was still yarn and fabric, wow, it was overwhelming. You know, seeing all the yarn companies and yarn companies you'd never heard of, and the same with fabric. Imagine going on the Benina stand, looking at their new machines, or the Juki, or the Baby Lot. It is phenomenal, and it's huge. And you can really do it however you want to do it. You can walk around on one day. You can have pre-booked appointments like I had started to do this year, because I knew I wanted to spend time with West Yorkshire Spinners. I knew I wanted to spend time with Lang and so forth. And then maybe on another day, you then go to the new people who you haven't met before. One of them for me was Lamana, because I'd heard some things about that. So had a look with them too. So it's just wonderful, and you're surrounded by all this crafty stuff, and people in the same position as you. And as you might have seen on Instagram, I went again with the Yarn Worx people, Gavin and Teresa. So let's have a little, I've got some pictures lined up and some video lined up, but all in its very raw state. This is not a pre-produced show like you catch on the Woolpatch, because we did it last year and we edited it down into like 10 minutes. And I thought you might like to just actually have this as a proper chat about the fair, because I just say think of the NEC, and then like one of those big rooms, and then put 3 stories on it. That's how big H&H Cologne is. It is mind-blowingly huge. Like, yes, absolutely, like QuiltCon. Yeah. And a QuiltCon happens every year on one side of the country and then the other year on the other side. Is that right, Fizz? Yeah. So let's go to a picture. There they are. So that's Gavin and Teresa of Yarn Worx. You've seen them before when we did Go Dynamo. Thank you, Fizz. That's what I was trying to remember. I've had too much drink, too much water earlier. And they're great. They're 20 minutes down the road in another village, and we've never really seen each other as competition at all. So that just it's always taken, there's no issue there whatsoever. We're into very different things, some similar, but they don't ever really clash, and just, not bothered about that at all. So it's lovely to go and then walk around. We did a bit together and then we separated to do our own things, because obviously you want your own time. They need to chat to their people who they want to see, and the same for me. But then we come back in the hotel and then go, what did you see? What did you like? That was interesting. Oh, no, I didn't see that. And then share ideas, and also to talk shop, to talk, what do you think works? What doesn't work? And things like that. So I'm really now pretty much sure that I'm going to stop Rowan and felted tweed. Just think it's had its day at my shop. I think the customers, even the regulars, they've all used it, and they've all used it 3 or 4 times since 2016. So I'm now ready to move, because that has been a house yarn for that long. I think that's now ready to move on. So watch out, because probably in a couple of months' time, we will be doing not just a 10% off. We will want to just get rid of it all. So we'll probably heavily reduce it to welcome in a new yarn. But anyway, there we go. There we are. So that's the Lang stand. Huge stand. And look, you can see right there, that's just one table. Now, if you look into the background, the tables are, all over to green lady there. So that's like the table she sit at with your rep. That's the stand that I had my Prosecco at. And so you've got to think there, most of that stand actually is reps chatting to shop owners and placing their order. Their models showing off new yarns and new patterns are all around the outside. Let's see. Yeah, long scarf. There was an element of that actually, Fizz, topic-wise or trends long. We're going to see that with skirts in a minute. Think all things long. Should we try this one? There we go. Now you've got to remember Lang is commercial yarn too. So they've got Weird and Wonderful. They've got what we call fashion yarn too. That may be one-hit wonders that you get for a year. Don't worry, I'm not getting that in. So what's that? That yarn is called Desire. It's 82% mohair and 15% wool. What did you say, Fizz? Ugly? Oh. Oh dear. So you can see what happens. You have a lot of fun going around going, oh, I like that, or oh no. Bradford says, I like that one shawl on the right model. Oh, what, the long one, the super long one. Let's have a look at the next one. Let's have a look at some men. There were a lot of men's patterns and a lot of men models. Look at that for a fabulous jumper. Green, still there. Remember last season, if you watched our video, I said lime green with purple were the two in colours for autumn and winter 2024. There are still elements left of the green, still there, but say again, Fizz? Yeah. Fuchsia, yeah, kind of fuchsia fizz. It was the pop purple, wasn't it, Fizz? More of yeah, this year's colours definitely is maroon, and we'll start to pick up on that in a little while. Yeah, a bit of glamour. What do you like for sparkle in your yarn? Let us know in the chat. Do you like working with a yarn that has a metallic in? Or will you hold a metallic strand with it? Is it your thing? Sometimes I think to have a guest yarn in the shop that is a bit sparkly, because someone might want to make themselves a posh evening wear outfit. But then I sometimes look at it and go, I don't think that's ever going to sell. Are people just going to make something for a, little boy or a girl going to a disco? There's something about, Fizz says she does likes that lime green. Mary says love the green jumper. It is nice, isn't it? Like the pattern of that. Oh, Dinky says loved sparkle. Do you knit with it a lot though? See, I love sparkle, but I've not knitted with it. Sue says love sparkle, stellina or a bit of bling. It's the thing, isn't it? I think it would make it itchy if it was a big, sometimes you've got the sequins in there, and that's like proper sharp plastic. I don't know whether that would be itchy. It just might catch you. Oh, look at this. There's more of you liking sparkle. I'm partial to a bit of sparkle. Subtle rather than tint. Yeah, absolutely. Well, subtle was there, definitely, Karen. If we go back to that one, that green, once my computer's going to struggle. There it is. Once it's loaded, it's okay. I think it might be one of those that's a one-hit wonder where you get it in, you might only get 2 bags, say 20 balls or whatever, and then it's boom, had its day and gone. Let's have a look at the next. Oh, that's big, chunky. I thought that was a really interesting knit stitch, or whatever it is, because have you knit something like that, Fizz, before? Wow, what is it? Because it looks really open as well, but I can't work out whether, I think I can see the V stitches going up like that, but there's also this one that goes across. I don't know what that is, but it looks great, doesn't it? So there you go. So there's a little, oh, Oh, right. Oh, Fizz is looking at it now in her Ravelry. What's it called? Oh. Oh, it's not. Ah. Yeah, so you can see a little bit of the green and purple left there. This is the Lamana stand now. This is where I was like, oh, I do like some of those. Just play that one again. Looks nice. And they did give me, have I still got it? Because I kind of like the look of it. So they did say, oh, you can have some samples to knit with. So I've got Como tweed. I mean, that tweed is, if that got any more subtle, you wouldn't see it at all. I mean, look at that. You can just see a little bit of pink there and a little bit of blue. Classic. Yeah, superwash. And oh, and that's almost like a, oh, it is. I was just about to say, oh, get it right, Stuart. There you go. Boucle. Saw it more and more. We did mention it. Oh, you're still partial to a bit of bling. Last year, I saw it creeping in a couple of the stands, but this year, no, there was loads of boucle. Let me see if I can. So Katia, for example, is going to struggle again. Hang on. Come on, computer. Working you hard, I know. Here we go. Where's the Katia one? That was the Katia stand. I love being on there. I've had Katia since I started in 2016, and they're just lovely. We've got lots of yarn for giveaways to you all. We'll do that in the actual show. And oh, is it the Woolpatch show next Monday? Next Sunday, Fizz? Or we've got another week? It's next Sunday. So you have lots of giveaways. I'll see if I can show you what it is. It's more mohair. There you go. So you can see you can walk through the stand there, but down there on the right hand side, where all the tables are and where you sit and you do more eating and more drinking. Katia have got some new socks out. These socks are interesting. Let me know if you would be interested in those. I'm just going to rewind that. I know many of you are sock knitters. These are special balls where it tells you where to start because you get the stripes at the top and then it goes into the fade and to the ankle, heel and toe. And then when you finish that sock, you just keep pulling the yarn a little bit until you get to the label where it then tells you where to start the second sock. So you get the rib again in the right place. Because I know many people are quite frustrated by that when they're doing socks and they want the stripes to be the same. Is that your kind of thing? Is it anyone's cup of tea? Let me know in the chat because I thought I might get a couple of bags of that because there'll be one ball wonders. Won't they? You buy the ball and you get a pair of socks. Like the one on the far left there is lovely. The rainbow one, second from left. Not too sure about the middle one there. Maybe the fourth one from the left and definitely not the last one. Oh dear. You absolutely, Bob. You do. They look lovely on the shelf. They get people going, ooh. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Bob. You're going to be seeing boucle everywhere this year. They're all doing it. Absolutely. I won't get it in my shop though. Don't worry, because no one likes it. They're always going, oh, those little loops. Oh, I'm forever getting my needle in them. Are those knee-high socks? Well, I don't think they're knee-high. They would be not far off it. My calves, probably. I'm just trying to think. I can see my ankle there. Yeah, it would be halfway at my legs. Though that's probably your knee, isn't it, Natasha, actually, to be fair, because my legs are so long. Oh dear. First one I love on the left, yes. I think I would buy 2 packs of the one on the left and the second from the left. Yeah. And you just keep knitting. It's wonderful. So that was nice to see. And interesting how many companies are really going for the sock yarn, for sure. It's like some commercial companies are going, hang on, everyone's buying these crazy Zauber balls from Shopall. I want me some of that. And are now making their own sock yarn. Where's the yellow jumper? Oh, there's the boucle. So this is the Katia stand. Look at that yellow jumper at the front there. That was with a new boucle that they've just released. I do love their jumpers. They do some cracking patterns. And then some more jumpers there. Look at those colours. Now, I said to you that length was a big thing from a lot of companies. Well, ladies, and maybe gents, you might want to, long knitted dresses or skirts. Do you want to be in a knitted skirt, Fizz, or a knitted dress? No, there's something about them that makes. Oh, it depends. She says. Oh, okay. What's it depend on? On the weather, or the fabric? On the knit. Yeah. Well, take a look at these. I saw a lot of stocking stitch, not too holy, just plain stocking stitch, nothing fancy. But it reminded me of an old-fashioned school teacher. I don't know why, because I've never seen a school teacher. Did I have a school teacher that wore that? Or am I just thinking, is that a stereotype of the teacher of yesteryear in a nice knitted dress with knee-high boots? Is it just something I've got in my head? Have a look at these. If it loads. No, yes. No, so Fizz has just said in my ear she wouldn't want a bulky knit. It would have to be something fine. So Fizz, they were all fine knits. Actually, as you go round Cologne, you very rarely see big chunky knits. And I don't know whether it's a... No, I'm just trying to think, is it a stand thing? Is it certain commercial companies maybe more chunky than others, and then certain companies almost would look down at chunky and you go, you're not going to get any chunky here. So a lot of it is fine 4-ply knits. So really, really old school how I've got this image in my head. So let's see if this video loads now. Oh, it's playing the wrong one. I'm a numpty, aren't I? Sorry, everyone. Let's get this in the right order. There. So very fine ribbon. Look at that. And this is the Rowan stand. I tell you what, she's going to be very hot, isn't she? She's got that dress on, is it, or is that a skirt, a long skirt? Then she's got a jumper on and a cardi and a skirt. Well, they do say wool regulates your temperature, so perhaps it's very breathable. Let's have a look what everyone's saying. Lois, there's nothing like a knitted dress to show off. Oh, let's just move that over there. Oh dear. Oh, clearly not for Dinky either. Susan, I wore knitted dresses and skirts in the 70s. See, this is where have I seen it somewhere? Is it in the films as well? I'm thinking Austin Powers. No. There's got to be something better than this. There's got to be something better. What film is that? Oh, did she wear it in that? Oh, Oh, it's just gone from me. Someone's going to put it in the chat, aren't they? What musical is that? It just completely escapes me. I'm thinking of that call scene as well when they do the man's frug. It's like, isn't it Fosse movement? Am I going on one? No one's putting it in the chat, so it's clearly a musical that I'm on my own. Oh, Fizz has just found that stitch that we were talking about on that jumper. It's called the bamboo stitch. Oh. Oh. Right. So lots of yarn overs, Fizz has just said. Papa's knitted dress definitely depends on body shape. Can be very unflattering for some. I suppose we're seeing it on models, aren't we? So we forget that. And maybe if I've been seeing it on musicals or TV shows, then they're all going to be, yeah. How long would it? I know. That's it. A very, very long time. Kiwi Joe says, just grab some of the new boucle yarn and knit a faux. I know. In fact, there was a glorious fabric I saw on the Katia stand that is made in faux Chanel style. Oh, I should have taken a picture of that. Yeah, that is. I can't remember what book that was from. I think that's quite a few years old as well, that scarf. I'm sure it was in one of the little Rowan books. Bob says, I'd wear a knit kilt if a pattern ever... Yeah, I wouldn't mind too. I'd do that. It was the fashion back then. Yeah. Oh, see, clearly no one knows that musical. Oh, no. No, it wasn't that. Oh, it will come to me. It will come to me. So skirts definitely in. Have we looked at... Oh, I probably will. Yeah, yell out at the end. We were looking at more skirts. So let's take a look at more skirts. Look at that one. That's a dress and a long skirt. Again, the long skirt. But Fizz, don't worry. All that little lace work is below any, naughty bits. Then you're covered there in plain stocking stitch. And here we start to see the maroon coming in. Now I Sweet Charity, that's it. Well done, Fizz. Is that you? Oh yes, Lou. That's it. There's Sweet Charity, of course, and it's her. When that scene where she goes into that, when they're all the posh people, where she, yeah, and they're doing that. It's all black and white. That's it. Sweet Charity. There's gotta be something better to do, and when I find me something better to do, you gotta get up. But look at that, maroon. And this is Lana Gatto stand. Now, how fine is that? I mean, that looks machine knitted. Would you wear that, Fizz? Yeah, I like that a lot. I think I can. Oh, hang on. Let's play it again because I filmed the top. Get ready. Here it is. There, Fizz. Watch. There. Now, I did say it reminded me of teachers. I can't remember any of my teachers looking like that, but maybe that was a character in Sweet Charity. But it was a great skirt, and that's where you see the maroon starting to come in. That's wonderful. What's the next one? Was there another skirt there at the beginning? Interesting jump on that one. Was there one at the beginning of there? Oh no, that's the yes, that was the pink one. Get ready to see you can see that sort of mauvey one there. I mean, look at that. That's what you're going to wear underneath that one, Fizz. Hey? Oh, the poncho, the next one. No, but pink. Fizz says she doesn't like pink. You do your own colour, wouldn't you? Yeah. And then there's more skirts still. What one have we got next? Look at that one. That one was a little bit thicker, though. I think that was getting on... Well, not the one on the left there. That pale blue one. I reckon that's an Aran. Aran or a Chunky. What, the one on the left? It looks... She says no to the thing next to it. I like the pale blue one, but you can see... I mean, I don't know. They're not mistakes, are they? They're decreases. Yeah. It just looks a bit obvious, doesn't it? Yeah, around the waist. Yeah, it's because the ribbing has gone from what's that? 6x1 to 6x2. It's sort of gone like that, hasn't it? Oh, that just disappeared. Where did that go to? And have we done all the skirts? We've done that one. We've done that one. Oh, let's make that bigger. There we go. Oh, there's another skirt there. Look at that. Oh, yeah. See? That olive green one. Pause it there. And interesting how they've all got that slit as well, haven't they? For, you know, a little bit of... But there we are. So that's the skirts. So who's going to be knitting a skirt or a dress? If so, for autumn or winter, start now. But maroon, let's look at everything maroon before we go on to the big reveal, because it's nearly top of the hour. We've got all the yarns from the West Yorkshire Spinners to show you. So if you're a fan of the Christmas yarn, yeah, we're going to show you that and some of the others. But let's have a look at the maroon. Maroon, I don't know why. I don't know how companies decide. Whether they decide, whether it's just a thing. More often than not, colour is chosen by yarn factories who are making new colours up. So maybe they've all just gone, okay, we've got this. So they then produce the yarn in that colour. I don't know, it's just the way it was, but it was everywhere. So let's have a look at the maroon slides. How would you class it? Oh, it's got a load again. There we go. Poor computer. I need a new computer, didn't I? There. That was a lovely kind of maroon wool of going from reds to dark red. So what are we saying? Maroon, Bordeaux, dark red. What other fancy words have we got for maroon? Come on, pop them in the chat. And oh, I like that, Fizz. Cabernet. Shall we do a poll? Start poll. Do you like maroon? Maroon. There we go. I know, it's a nice idea, isn't it, how they did that? Other colours for maroon. Come on, let's see what we've got. Maroon. Why does that keep going over there? Keep moving it back. Maroon just brings back memories of school uniform jerseys. I see. I was a navy blue school, so I didn't have that. Oh, what, original. Lois had maroon as her school uniform. Burgundy. That's a good one. Wine colours. Yeah. Brick. Yeah, I suppose it is some of the dark red, yeah, brick. Blood red, love it. Maroon is a difficult colour to match. Yeah, yeah, like I think, and wasn't that? Did we have colour of the year Pantone last year, Fizz? Was that? Oh no, that was magenta, wasn't it? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Hey, Tandy, good to see you. Again, maroon was a popular colour in the 70s. Was it? I'm loving this. Great having Susan here. Of course, you're not in that period, are you? Claret. Hey, Wendy. Good to have you. Merlot. Yeah. Barn red. Yes. Classic, stereotypical American. Oh no, barn red. Would that? Yes, it is. I'm thinking Smallville now and Superman. That kind of barn. Merlot. Yeah. Yeah. I'm now getting. Oh, we've got a whole thesaurus going on in the ear now. Oh dear. Oh, and there's even more here. Carmine? Carmine. How do you say that? Plum. Scarlet, yeah. Let's show you another maroon. Where are we going? Down? I don't know. What one's that? Oh, that's the maroon jumper in the Katia stand. Look at that with a bit of fluff in. I don't know what yarn that was, but I did like it. So let's cover that one up. We looked at the wall. Oh, there's me with more maroon. Photo didn't go very well. Oh, well, that's a close-up of that one. I did like that pattern. Jeopard. Let me know. Jeopard? Let me know, people in the chat, what you think about them. I've never heard of them. But there was definitely, when I met up with Jimmy, yes, because some of you caught our little live, tech worked actually better in Germany than it's doing here on my computer. He was very excited about Jeopard. I think I want to say French. I nearly went French there. Jeopard. He was very excited about the brand. I didn't know anything about the brand. Completely new to me. But a lot of people were in the stand over those 2 days because every time I went, I was like, oh, there's actually quite a few people. Not a lot, but there were quite a few people. But let us know if you know it. But look at that maroon there. And of course, cashmere. As a yarn, we've seen a lot of boucle and we've seen a lot more cashmere. What did you say, Fizz? Yeah. A Danish brand. Oh, well, there we go. So not French at all. They just know how to do it. That's another Danish brand, isn't it? How many Danish brands now that are coming out that are just right in there with the knitting trends? Oh, I bet there's some really fancy names with Farrow and Bull. In paint, it may be Perlaine Maroon. I love it. Oh, yeah, I bet it is. Holst yarn. Is that Danish? I think so. Knitting for Olive. I think they're Danish as well. Oh, hey, Margarita. How are you? Good to have you here. Never too late. All right. But yes, cashmere in bigger amounts. So rather than just seeing 5% or 10%, a lot of mixes I was noticing with 20 or 30% and a lot more 100%ers. Cardiff cashmere. Go on, Fizz. Oh, yeah. Oh, lovely. Fizz was saying she's just seen a a silk thread through a Suri alpaca roving. Yeah, silk is another thing that you're seeing a lot of. I don't think I've got a picture of it here, but I when I was on the Lang stand, they showed me 100% silk. Oh my word, it was so soft. When the ball sat in my hand, it almost just melted round the sides. It was that soft. But yeah, so that I know Jimmy went wild on the Jeopard stand. How do you say that Jeopard then? Is it J? Yeah. Well, that's why I went all French, but it's Jeopard de Dieu. Hey Wendy, Camarose is also Danish. See, they just know it. They just know it. They get the colours, they get the look, they get the patterns. Wendy says, love cashmere, but unfortunately, oh yeah, you have to put them somewhere special. Only get them out every now and again, don't you? Let's keep going. Oh, look at that. Is that the silk one? Or is that the cashmere one? Yeah. More maroon. Oh, this is a video. Oh, that's another one of the Katia one that we saw. It's just lovely to see it everywhere. And more jumpers. Oh yeah, that was that men's jumper. I quite like that. What's that? Basket weave. Interesting style stitch, isn't it? Oh, got it twice. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of new things. I kind of like that. Maybe a smaller basket weave though. Oh, Sue says on. Oh, is that what they call it? Entrelac. I didn't know that. Learned something today. There we are. It's good. Yeah, entrelac. Because it was on the and not straight. Let's go back to that. I've learned something new today. Where was that? That was maroon, wasn't it? Entrelac. So because it's on the diagonal? I wonder how that's done. Yeah. Let me know. Did she? Using that stitch? Ah. It's very clever. I'm going to have a look at that whole style. Is it? Oh, I see. Oh, cool, blimey, yeah. That's now they're swiftly moving on. Let's look at, before we go on to the West Yorkshire Spinners, 2 brand new products that were being shown, but the companies didn't have it yet as such for release. So, who is a Chiagoo fan? Pop your hands up. Let's have a look at the poll. First of all, do you like maroon? 85% say yes. Now let's do another one for starter poll. Are you a Chiagoo fan? There we go. That poll is now running. So this is coming very soon. Whether it's out for autumn or winter, we don't know yet because it wasn't there to buy at the stand. It was there to feel and use though. So let's just rewind that again. Is it going to play it? Oh, the computer says no. There we go. Did you? So Fizz used the what the Knit Pro one's called? Cubics. Yeah, you used that for your Tuhupanui. It's interesting. Yeah, I think I think this will be a Marmite type of a needle. You're either going to love it or hate it. Quad is not a new thing. Knit Pro have had their Cubics range where it's just play it a bit more, where it's four-sided for a long while. But I don't think there's anything special about the Knit Pro Cubics. I think is it quite kind of a straight, sharp-ish edge, Fizz? Ah, it is indeed. Yeah. It is about ergonomics, if that's the word, and gripping. So I tried it. I tried it. Now, the reason why they're not there ready yet with it, because they said they're still putting some work into the corners of where it moves around. So they're not actually sharp. There is some very clever work going on there in the engineering of it. I tried it and I actually felt like I didn't have to hold my needle as much. So there is something to be said about the grip. Did it not feel comfortable in your hand much where you didn't have to grip so hard, Fizz? Oh, right. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm definitely a holder titerer. Fizz is saying she's not a holder titerer. And let me show you the Chiagoo stand there. So a little stand for the size of the company, which I found interesting. You think of some of the other companies there, and Chiagoo is a big leader in the forefront of swivel technology, along with higher. You got the Fortes there and the quads. So we were at the table there, and I think this picture is Gav trying them after I tried them. There you go. You can see. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Oh, do you? Ah, Fizz is really old school. So Fizz is just saying she lets go of the yarn completely in her right hand to, or yeah, let's go of the needle to throw it, and then you pick it back up again. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Let's see. Let's have a look at the chat because we were. Yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah. It will depend on how you knit for sure. Bob says, "Oh, that one's gone back again." Well, we'll leave it there. Keeps moving. Chiagoo only for me. Never try Chiagoo, says Dinky. Yes. The Yarn Worx, the shop, yeah, Gavin and Teresa I went with, that's one of their main sellers, the red lace, for sure. Susan, I have prim double point that are shaped like these quads. Ah, they are very comfortable to hold. I'd say I did find them comfortable. A little bit weird at first, but when I started to go into my rhythm, it was like, oh, I don't have to grip so tightly anymore because those higher highers are slippery little things. You've got to try it, Fran. I was pleasantly surprised. Obviously not surprised enough to go, I'm going to buy me a full set, but it's certainly, try the, there is Cubics, isn't it, Fizz? The Knit Pro version? Yeah. Are they black? Oh, right. Okay. I can't remember. Dinky says I've got the Knit Pro set. Cubics. Wendy says Cubics are nice. Um, RS Productions, hello. If it's bougie, Fizz likes it. Oh dear. Mary says, sorry, don't like the cubic needles. Only Knit Pro needles that I didn't like. Oh, hey, Leah. Good to have you. That Jeopard yarn, doesn't it just? Yeah. See, now this is what we were. So when we were having the discussion with the lady on the Chiagoo stand, they were talking about this. They've been developing it for some time. They know fully well about arthritis, people with hands, and trying to help grip. They've done a lot of research, which is why I don't think they're going to be ready for September when they say coming 2025, whenever they'll be. Because you couldn't place orders for them, so they're still tweaking it. Wendy says, I have fixed ergonomical needles from 2 different manufacturers. I do like those better than normal metal needles, but bamboo is best for me. Now I have heard that, and I do say that a lot to my customers, and they say exactly the same thing, that the bamboo is still better than metal. I agree. So Fizz has just said it would be interesting to see how many people use a straight needle now these days. Well, let's do it, shall we? Let's put it in the chat. I think we're getting, obviously, as time shifts, I think we're seeing more and more people go to circulars. And with education, even a lot of the ladies at my shop who are in their more senior retired years are still wanting to be cool and to be up to date and current. They're now moving to circulars and knitting with circulars, and they all go, they love it. They all say they love it because the weight is sitting on their lap rather than having the pins up. But let's do that as a poll, Fizz. Good idea. We love a poll, don't we? Right, the answers for Are You a Chiagoo fan? 73%. I think most people are like that. You get your brand that you like and you just use them all the time. So, poll. Are you mostly interchangeable now over straights? Are you mostly? So you're mostly using interchangeables. I think from our audience, I think that's going to be nearly, I reckon 80% is yes, I think. I reckon. I hazard a guess. Go on, Fizz. Oh. She can't even remember the last time she used straight needle. She's thinking it's a long while ago because she can't remember what it's a long while ago. She can't remember. Oh right, yes. That's a very good point. Yes, it was. She had a project with lots of yarn overs. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that on the cables. That'll be a lot harder, won't it? I use whatever you choose for me. Oh, I like that. I'm looking forward to the Addy Snake ones. It's an interesting one. I've not seen or heard these. I don't stock Addy, so I'm not up to date with them. Kiwi James says, I have a set of the Knit Pro cubic interchangeable needles with wooden tips. They have the swivel cable connection. Yes. So Knit Pro they've now brought out all the swivels. So most people have dumped the old Knit Pro cables and have now gone to swivel. Oh, did I bring it home? Oh, I didn't. Speaking of Knit Pro, there's a brand new set that's just been released that I've got into the shop. Perfect for Mother's Day. It's mini interchangeables. You remember the ones I had that were wood, that were called Indigo? They're perfect for doing in the round knitting on sleeves. Rather than going to Magic Loop, a lot of the knitting companies now are bringing out the mini 2-inch cables, 2-inch tips with very small cables. like you get with socks, but they're obviously doing them as bigger sizes and as a kit. You can't buy them separately. So this one is called Mini Bouquet. And of course, everyone just thinks of Mrs. Bucket. But they're lovely, and they're metal, and they're rose and pink and gold coloured tips. But seeing them everywhere now, so a lot of the companies are doing them. They're on my website. If you just put bouquet in the search, you'll see them. Right, are we ready? Oh no, let's just do one more before we go to the West Yorkshire Spinners. Crochet, because I know we don't want to gloss over our crochet fans. A brand new crochet hook is coming out. Brand new crochet hook, but devised by a manufacturer that is big in the sewing world. Now, many of you sewers out there will know, I'm sure Karen will know, Dinky Crafts and Natasha. Taylor Seville. They're the ones that make stunning pins. They're the ones that make the magic pins. They're not magic where they actually do the pinning for you, but they're magic because they have a lovely piece of like plastic, squishy plastic, but a nice handle size so you can pick up the pin. I remember selling them in for our patchwork because they are great, and they come in like a pale blue plastic bit or almost like a mint green. They're lovely pins. Well, they have been for some time working on a crochet hook that has the perfect handle, because it is hard with crochet because whether you hold it like a pen or a knife, if that handle isn't right, within 10-15 minutes my hand starts to hurt. I don't know about you, Fizz, do you do much crochet at all? Yeah, sorry. Okay, none, no. So finding the right crochet hook is really difficult. And I'm sorry. Oh yeah. That's what it is. Fizz has just said that bamboo stitch that we looked on, that big olive green thing. It's a Tunisian stitch. It looks just like Tunisian crochet. Yeah. Oh, well done, you. She's been researching that whilst we've been chatting. You can get those old school crochet hooks, can't you? This one has got the ends chopped off because I use these for my fixing, where you've only got that little bit to hold and crochet. You've got the new ones from Knit Pro with the ways with a cushion, but I find them a bit hard. So I spent about 15-20 minutes on this stand. Let's show you a picture. Of it's only a little picture, sadly, because they wouldn't allow me to take a picture. Well, I got one there. This stand, they had one crochet hook, one for the whole of H&H Cologne. So I walked past and saw this amazing poster, which is like human height. Look at all those lovely hooks and those colours. Magic crochet hooks called Joy from Taylor Seville. They had that one to use, and they were really hot on it. Like I said, can I just try it? And they're like, they're worried that I was going to run off with it because they only had one. And I spoke to the owner that was there, and he was telling me how long they've been working on it. So much so that they're still wanting to get it right, that it's not ready to buy yet. So watch this space, everybody, because I will be getting it in because I used it and loved it because it was rubbery, but not too soft where you lose the grip, because the idea is to have more of a grip so you don't have to clench so much. So it just looked great. And I know you can't see it in that picture there very well, but those 4 lines at the top, It is kind of indented a little bit, but it's still similar to the plastic that is on the waves. But knowing how much they loved their magic pins and how they pushed, because I don't think anyone's really copied them as such, I'm quite looking forward to it. Right. So that's crochet hooks to come. When? We don't know, because they still haven't finished it yet. Right, shall we have a look at that poll? What do we think it is, Fizz? What do you think? Are you mostly interchangeable now over straights? Look at that, 80%. Oh, what, the snakes are coming out in May. Oh, cool. And that's the thing. It is, we're all so different, aren't we? You find the brand that you connect with, or you find the material that you connect with, and it just works, doesn't it? Yeah, Chiagoo, they were a Chinese company. The story is fascinating, how they started and how the family started. I think it was, I can't remember what they said. Did Grandad make the tool for granddaughter because she was sewing, knitting? I can't remember now. I think it was something like that. And then it just ballooned and then went over to America, and they're now an American-based company. They were shipping them out from China to America, but now it's all done in America. But Chinese engineering at the heart of it. Karen, do you place your orders at the show or collect all the info in order when you get home when you're not? So, right, there are two ways of doing it. Most Europeans will do it there and then, because the companies will offer show deals. If you buy the whole yarn collection, say, what do we know? Let's take West Yorkshire Spinners, Colour Lab, for example. If you bought 2 packs of every colour shade, and there are 10 colour shades, you'll get a special deal of 20% off, or 4 bags free, or 2 bags free and 3 samples or whatnot. So the Europeans definitely go there to get the best deal and to place the deal there. Hence why you're wined and dined, and you're really looked after. Because you also have to understand that's where the companies make their money, because we don't pay for a ticket. It's completely free. The companies, you need a ticket to get in. The companies give us a ticket to get in because they want us there to buy the yarn. It must cost them minimum £5,000 for a stand. Minimum. I think it's a lot more. When you look at that cubic space some of those companies had, you're probably looking at 10 to 15 grand. They're giving that money out. They don't get any of that back there and then, because you don't buy yarn. You don't go, oh, can I have two balls of that, please, to go home with? You don't buy anything. Some of the companies on Sunday towards the end, because they probably don't want to ship it back again, they will. I know Knit Pro sell a few of them off really cheaply if you're still there as they're packing. But no, you place, most of the European shop owners will sit down, be wined and dined, and then place. I tried to with West Yorkshire Spinners, but they said they're not doing any show deals because they haven't got everything sorted. So they were there just showing off their yarn, and you think they've got to invest a lot of money in that stand, but obviously the better your stand, the better the look, the better your yarn, you are going to then hopefully recoup that money from me placing an order when they're ready. So I've just got to wait for their email where they'll say, yep, this new yarn is out now. How much would you like? Here are the offers. So I didn't place anything there and then. Right, should we look at the West Yorkshire Spinners? Are you ready? We're time. Okay. Okay, so we're going to show all the West Yorkshire Spinners properly. All the raw footage is there. I'm not going to do any sneaks. We're going to show you it. Did I? I think I put. Did I put a little sneak thing on my story? But this is it. Get ready. And then if you're watching on catch up, it's all going to be cut out now, and I'm going to purposely leave this bit in so you feel really gutted. Oh dear. Right, West Yorkshire Spinners. Let's push the right button. Let's go straight into the Christmas one. Every year they release a 4-ply signature collection sock yarn, and it's now a tradition. What will the sock yarn be? We've had candy cane, we've had last year's was Yuletide and it was golds, greens, classic sort of Victorian Christmas look. The year before was Nutcracker. In fact, the last couple of years has had a bit of stellina added to them, so they're all a bit of sparkle too. We had Robin without any sparkle. It's just lovely, and it's now we get to this time of year where we go, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? So this year it is mulled wine, and it is adorable. And guess what colour's in it? What colour? Come on, shout it out. Maroon or oxblood or burgundy or claret. What word did you shout out? Oh, here we go. You will love it. I love it. I know. Here we go, everyone. Get ready. Will it load? And that was this, yeah, Saturday and Sunday. And then we had the delightful time of getting home on the Eurostar. But I have to say, I would travel Eurostar again. It was beautiful, especially the Brussels side. So once you got to Brussels and you had your, that's where you had your passports checked and just an hour to wait. You then get on the British Eurostar. It's not as nice as the European Eurostar. The European Eurostar is red, like a bullet shape and really tall, so smooth and quiet. Yeah, as soon as we got onto the London side, it was like it was like that. Oh dear. Well, there we are. Oh, did we finish that poll? I can't remember. No, we're running. We're okay. So that was Cologne, really. So some fabulous things to look at, some amazing garments, some great with the trends there with Maroon. I can't wait to get that Maroon. Oh, you've got the Maroon there, and do some. Oh, we've got to do the giveaways. So we'll do that on next Sunday's show. So next Sunday, some of you could be winning these 3 beautiful balls from Garn Store. Pasquale. Is it 100% alpaca? 80% baby alpaca, 20% merino. And then, because we were talking about mohair and everything, from Katia, they gave me a gift. We've got, oh no, let's do this one. This to give away next week. And I've got loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there are, oh, let's do that. There are 6 or 7 balls in there to give away. This is 78% mohair, 30% polyamide, 9% wool. And also, down here, I had such fun with the West Yorkshire Spinners. They are so good. They know we do stuff on here, and I did say about telling you all, and I said I'd like to still keep it a secret because there is some, because they obviously know that people are taking pictures of their stand all the time. I mean, how many people are there? So listen to this for figures, okay? 11,500 trade visitors from 79 countries with a foreign share of 41%. They've seen the biggest growth from USA and Poland. And the largest international groups of visitors came from the Netherlands, Switzerland and Belgium. Around 300 exhibitors from 39 countries. So a lot of people have probably seen the West Yorkshire Spinner stand, taken pictures of it and popped it on their social media. So they are fully aware that it's not really a secret, because normally they say to stall holders, don't start advertising mulled wine yet until we officially release it in July. But they are very understanding that there are creators and people going around posting left, right and centre. But I said, I want to tell my viewers, but I will also respect the fact that you've still got a launch of this in June, July time. So that's why I've decided to take the video down, edit it all out. So for everyone else, it's still a surprise. And then for you, it's a little bonus because you follow me and you watch us on YouTube. So it's like fun to you. But so we've got a West Yorkshire Spinners tote bag. Not with any of the new stuff, but you've got a hank of the Croft. And you've got a hank of the Exquisite. So we'll be giving away that next week. I don't know what you do with one hank, but I'm sure it doesn't matter. You could hold it with something. 80% Falkland wool, 20% mulberry silk. I just heard Fizz gasp at that as I pulled out the Exquisite. She went, oh. And then a ball of the elements, their lovely tencel. I was thinking of getting that. So look, that's 1, 2, 3 huge giveaways we're going to do next Sunday on the Woolpatch show. So I hope you come back next week to watch just over an hour of lots of stuff and then give away prize. Well, we'll be giving it away, but you've got to enter the competition. We better start thinking of ideas, Fizz, on how we're going to give that all away. 3 different prizes. Lovely having your company. I'm going to go and get a cup of tea and a cold drink now. Thank you very much, Fizz. It's been great. Hope that yarn has got you all excited. And that William Morris, if you really do love it, let me know. I think it's going to look great in that Rowan position. So out with the felted tweed very soon. In with the Morris. Irene will love it because her surname's Morris. So she's going to be knitting the clappers with it. And then stand by for in a couple of months' time, a big sale of the Rowan felted tweed, because I've pretty much decided I love the Morris, even if it is a double knit. We'll have to start getting our double knit patterns out. Lovely having your company. Thank you, Fizz. What are you going to do now, Fizz? Going to have a coffee or going to have a... You're hungry? Oh, yes. Yeah. Fizz has sprung forward an hour already. So she's been waiting for me for an hour. So when my 8 o'clock was here, you were an hour in front. So she's been waiting an extra hour already. So yeah, she's hungry. So I'll see you all next Sunday at 8 o'clock because we're still the same. Thanks everyone. Really lovely having your company. Cheers everyone. See you all soon. Bye.